Hi, I'm Austin Carson, 2017 Star Chef's Colorado Rising Star. We're here at Mizuna in Denver, Colorado, and today with a little help from our Vitamix VitaPrep 3 and the new aerating container, we're going to make an eggnog milkshake. So let's get back behind the bar. Here at Mizuna, we actually make eggnog 6 or 8 months in advance. Basically what we're going to do is make a traditional eggnog recipe using the aerating container, and we're going to make a little bit of an eggnog milkshake. So the benefit of the disc inside the aerating container, I can add egg yolk and sugar and emulsify the two together without basically over whipping the eggs or scrambling the eggs. And sugar. Whenever you whip sugar and eggs together, you look for what's called a ribbon or ribbony texture. We can actually get that in the aerating container, so once it's completely emulsified, it'll be this really beautiful golden yellow color. Really uniform consistency. The sugar granules have dissolved in with the eggs. I mean, that was a matter of seconds. Really nice and completely emulsified, basically ice cream base. After the eggs and sugar have been brought together, the next step is to bring together the dairy. So each one is 1/3 of a cup. Start with skim milk, half and half, and heavy whipping cream. Next up, obviously, is the alcohol. This is being built to age, so we're actually making this the last week in April to serve in December. All of this will go into a glass container and into the refrigerator, and after about 2 weeks, everything will have come together, and a lot of that alcohol will have smoothed out. We are using 3 different alcohols in this eggnog. We're gonna start with brandy. So this is cognac, VSOP. Second is American bourbon, and this is in equal parts, 1/3 of a cup each. And we'll finish with a really nice aged Jamaican overproof rum. After that, we'll hit it with a couple dashes of Angostura bitters for some baking spice notes and get back to blending. So we'll put the lid plug back in and dial back down to 1, turn it back on. We'll slowly bring that up to about 3 or 4, and then we'll add the alcohol. So, finished product. This is a byproduct of the aerating container. And the VP3 is great at this. The texture is fantastic, and anybody who's made eggnog before that's done it the traditional way, it's much more difficult to do and it's much more time intensive.
Hi, my name is Matt Dugan, Recipe Development Manager here at Vitamix. I'm here to introduce you today to one of our latest innovations in our commercial line, our aerating container. It features a unique disc blade that allows you to create different textures and techniques utilizing our commercial equipment. For more information on the aerating container, please contact your Vitamix Regional Sales Manager. Making hollandaise in our aerating container is an industry time saver. We'll be using our VitaPrep 3 for this recipe. Let me show you how it's done. We've got 6 simple ingredients. Egg yolks, lemon juice, salt, pepper, and cayenne, and then some whole melted butter. We're going to place the top on our blending container and place it on our blending base and do variable 1 to 5 for about 20 seconds. Then we'll remove the lid plug and drizzle the butter through the opening while the machine is running. And just like that, in under 90 seconds, you've got a nicely emulsified hollandaise. Some advantages of why I like using the aerating container for hollandaise is that you're able to quickly complete a hollandaise recipe on the fly. The disc blade allows for a tighter emulsion and creates a creamy, velvety texture, eliminating the costly time and inconsistencies of creating a traditional hollandaise over a double boiler, which could take up to 15 to 20 minutes. Perfect to top your eggs Benedict, asparagus, or in this case, roasted cauliflower. A classic mojito involves muddling. Let me show you how we do it in our aerating container. We'll be using the Quiet One with factory program number 1 for this recipe. In this recipe, we've got some mint, rum, simple syrup, and fresh lime juice, which happened to be made in our aerating container earlier today. We're going to place the top on our container and place the container on our blending base. We're using factory program number 1 for this, which is about an 18-second blend. A short blend and we're done. We'll take our mixture, pour it over top of our ice, top with some club soda, a lime, and some extra mint. The advantage of muddling cocktails in the Quiet One is that I'm able to set the aerating container on the base, push a pre-programmed button, and attend to other customers while the Vitamix does the work for you. The aerating container is a simple, cost-effective way to elevate your bar program. The disc blade is able to bruise the mint and release the essential oils traditionally brought out by hand muddling and mix the cocktails that is normally done by a bar shaker. Enjoy!
A typical day using the Vitamix in the bazaar, we use anything from making a Caesar dressing to making gazpacho to making mojo verde. Today we have oysters and hibiscus air, and we also have oysters and jamon. Love oysters, especially being from the East Coast. Seafood has always been a huge thing in my family. We're going to start with hibiscus tea. We steep a hibiscus tea with dry flowers, add a little bit of simple syrup, and then we use sucro. Add in our sucro, and we're going to adjust this. The aerating container actually puts a lot more air and a lot more volume into the air that you're making, and it's great. My favorite thing about the new machine is the quick start button, the different on and off switch on the right, the speed, and I love the high. I always encourage my cooks to let it go high for a little while, just so that your puree is nice and smooth. I don't have another machine that's like it. We're gonna let that sit for a minute. I'll take one of these oysters. I was thinking of more tropical flavors. Hibiscus and passion fruit always go well together, and I was a little standoffish when I think of putting vanilla oil on any kind of seafood whatsoever, but we tried it on the oysters, and the balance of it goes really, really well together. And so being able to play with the flavor profiles and also adding technique to it is kind of where we get our creativity in the kitchen.
Hi, my name is Matt Dugan, Recipe Development Manager here at Vitamix. I'm here to introduce you today to one of our latest innovations in our commercial line, our aerating container. It features a unique disc blade that allows you to create different textures and techniques utilizing our commercial equipment. For more information on the aerating container, please contact your Vitamix Regional Sales Manager. Making raspberry whipped cream in our aeration container highlights a whipping technique that I'd like to show you. We'll be using our VitaPrep 3 for this recipe. We've got a few small ingredients that go in, including some cold heavy cream, granulated sugar, and whole fresh raspberries. We'll secure our lid and put it on our blending base. And we'll simply go 1 to 10 and then high for about a quick 35 seconds, using our tamper when needed to push things into the blades. And just like that, we've got a nice stiff whipped cream. Some of the advantages of why I like using the aerating container for whipped cream is that you're able to complete smaller customized batches to order in our 32-ounce container. The disc blade allows for a stiff whipped consistency while still maintaining optimal texture, not breaking everything down completely, creating a natural pop of flavor. You don't have the mess of a traditional stand mixer or the reoccurring cost of CO2 charges. It's the perfect texture for these tart shells. Emulsified dressings work really well in the aerating container. For this recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a raspberry tarragon vinaigrette. We're going to be using our Quiet One machine for this and program 9 for the recipe. We've got a couple ingredients that go into this, including some apple cider vinegar, some fresh raspberries and tarragon, some dry mustard, salt, and pepper, and olive oil. We're going to simply add all of these, place our top on the container, and then place our blending container on the blending base. We'll push button number 2, which we've pre-programmed with program number 9, and let it run its course. A quick 35 seconds and it's completed its program cycle, and we've got a nicely emulsified dressing. Some of the advantages of why I like using the aerating container for dressings is that you're able to complete small customized batches in our 32-ounce container. The disc blade also allows for tighter emulsions without overprocessing these delicate ingredients, and your customers will appreciate the natural ingredients and seeing them in the actual blend, rather than using pre-processed items. A nice fresh dressing to top our salad.